her name and never am, but I will say the truth about her. And the reason why she made her money, if you really want to know the truth, is because she laid off hundreds of thousands of people and destroyed hundreds of thousands of lives. And nobody can ever debate that with me because I've looked into it. And this is how most of your high political figures get to where they're at, by doing evil, which would, again, go into my factual theory about that. See, I believe the devil runs the world, and I can give you a little breakdown summary on that. He doesn't run the world. This is God's land, but or it's, heaven. It can be a utopia. But he is in the process of taking it over. And one of the ways that I use is to show everybody, do you know that every company symbol is a Masonic symbol? Like, you take your Chicago Bulls, it's a bull, right? You take your Merrill Lynch, it's a bull. You take your new social media app, Yik Yak, it's a bull. Now let me ask you this. What character in history has horns outside of a bull?
I know where you're going. Yeah.
Interesting.
Well,
but my question to people in general is how to... Go ahead.
I was going to say...
I'm talking too much. I apologize.
No, that's quite all right. I've been accused of the same thing. Are you a Twilight Zone fan at all? The old Twilight
Zone? Yeah, I used to like them. Yeah, I'm kind of into them. They're cool. I haven't watched them in a while, but...
All right. Rod Serling had an episode called The Howling Man. And in The Howling Man, it's a story about after World War I, a man goes on a walking tour of Europe, gets lost, becomes feverish, and he knocks on the door of a monastery. And the monastery reluctantly takes him in, and he constantly hears howling. And he questions it, and finally the person who's in charge, his brother Jerome, says it's not a man, it's the devil himself. Now already this man is thinking this guy's crazy, okay?
Right.
So the only thing keeping the devil in check was a staff of truth. There was no lock on the door, just the staff like Moses carried, okay? And that's what was in front of the door, and obviously the devil cannot pass the staff of truth. Well, he makes a mistake, like all men, because the devil can take any form. Okay, and this was the purpose of the story, that, the devil can fool you every time if you're not careful and aware. He let the devil out, and then, of course, there were other atrocities that happened, and then he finally caught the devil, and he's relating this to a maid that he has, and he says he's going to go contact a monastery. I finally caught the devil, and she thinks he's crazy. So what does she do? She removes the staff of truth, and the devil gets out again. And the devil will always get out again, because the devil can always fool you.
Right. Yeah. That's amazing. What story is that? So I can look that up. I like that.
You go to Twilight Zone, and the title was The Howling Man.
Okay, and see, there's a reason why they make films like that, to show you that, and that's what I believe. The other thing I want to ask y'all is, if you ever pay attention to how TV becomes more demonic every day. I mean, I literally, because a lot of people don't see, like you said, the devil's got everybody fooled, but not me. I see everything whatever entity does like the back of my hand. I don't know why, but I've always seen it crystal clear, and I can see everything. I could give you the plan for the whole future crystal clear, and I've done it, and I'll never get any credit for it because I'm just not that guy. But I mean, I just feel like there's an innate plan that he has for everything. And I mean, I literally can turn on Family Guy, and I witness about 15 murders in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes. And do you understand what I'm saying? Like, TV has become so much more graphic, and to me it's because, well, who do you think owns it? And the thing with the companies is that what I believe is that every symbol on a company is a Masonic symbol, which it factually is. And then if you break that down, well, Masonic means what? Freemasonry. Now, Freemasonry started off perhaps with a good purpose. I don't want to put them down either, because I notice when I speak, a lot of people get offended, and my message really shouldn't offend anybody because it's not targeting anybody. What I'm saying is that everyone is part of this agenda script, and it's almost like you're in a big play, and they're being used. Some people are being used to do the devil's will. I think Freemasonry got infiltrated by Illuminati. You might have people who, although for someone in my position, I can't just sit there and give them all credit and say, oh, well, you're not involved, because I don't know. But I think might be a lot of people who don't know what's going on. But, I've talked to people about it, and, I've heard that Jay-Z's a 33rd degree Freemason. He just released his album recently, Magna Carta Holy Grail, which means landlords and serfs, and has to do with what the world they want to create, where people have slaves again, and just a very evil world. And I just couldn't believe that he called it that, because it's totally in line with, I could believe it, but it should offend people, and it doesn't. I haven't heard anyone yet be pissed off that we have a guy, this Jay-Z, calling his album Magna Carta Holy Grail, which what that is saying is, you Americans and people of the world don't have any civil rights anymore, and we're turning this thing into a police state, the entire world. And that's really, people don't want to say it, but that's what Jay-Z and Beyonce are being used for. That's all they're being used for, which again goes back into my argument that how did they get to where they are? Because they talk about, they have millions of dollars. But to me, every single one of those people, this is my honest truth of what I see, they just luck and fall headfirst into a pot of gold. And I ask the question, well, who do you think created currency? The devil. Because I know right now that AIDS is a man-made disease. I know that I believe I might be able to know how to cure AIDS naturally, number one. Number two, HIV doesn't exist. They keep pushing that. Number three, I know how to cure cancer multiple ways, can say that confidently. Nobody talks about that. And they're still talking about, I don't know, I just see the world for what it is, and a lot of people don't understand it, but there's been a cancer cure forever. Do you want to hear one? I could say it legally.
Sure.
One of them is your urine. Your urine can cure anything. If you fast and drink everything that you pass, and you use a compress or towel of hot urine, and you continuously do this, outside on a wound, you can cure gangrene, you can cure cancer, but nobody knows this. You know how you do it, though? You have to fast and stop eating the poisonous crap that they're feeding us, because all our food has been poisoned with these GMOs, and the plan that I've seen that nobody talks about is that they're killing everything which really is God, which is nature. Everything that we need to sustain our life is being destroyed, and nobody's paying attention. We're sitting here eating poisonous food, and everybody gets online every day and argues like they're the toughest thing walking, when really they're all soft. But the point is, how can anybody be hard when the food we're eating is poison? They're genetically engineering the seeds now to kill the seed and make it, where it's not a natural seed. They're killing whatever God really is. And I just wonder why nobody ever talks about that or is concerned about that. I guess I'd ask y'all if you're concerned about that, or I don't know if you agree or not, but...
Well, first of all, Big Pharma would never allow there to be a cure for cancer or heart disease or anything else, because there's no money in it, especially if you say that the cure is as simple as that. Okay, some people may make a face and go, ooh, that's disgusting. I don't know if they've ever tried it, but hey, when it comes to something like that, I'm game. I would try it, look at...
what's crazy? It's not even just that. There's a lot of things that are right under our nose, and I don't want to say too many, because I know they frown upon it, but I know quite a bit of things. I believe I found something that can rebuild your tooth enamel, and wanted to come out with my own goddamn toothpaste, but I know they're going to try to shut it down, and I got to see how I can go about doing it. Because, there's a lot of things, and you know what? All the things are cheap and right in front of you. It's just like the dollar bill. It has this New World Order printed on it. It says, in God we trust, yet it's the root of all evil, which, again, links into my argument. The thing with people that they don't get about me is they think what I'm saying is a belief. I have no attachment to this. I could throw this out tomorrow, but it's a factual argument. Are you following that? That I'm just spitting pure facts one after the other?
Well, if you think you do, or you think you are on the right track, I would say get yourself you may laugh at this and say no because they're just as guilty. But I mean, what is it? You need a good attorney. You need somebody to speak for you, okay, legally,
Right.
and protect your rights.
Let me ask you, what do you do?
Me, I mean, I do everything. I play basketball, street ball. Believe it or not, I think I'm the best in the world at it. I do self-promotion. I've experienced a lot of politics and everything, and I just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. But I play sports. I used to be ranked in the nation and state in tennis when I was like 12. All-around athlete. Played baseball through high school. I invest in the stock market right now. I make oil money. Get paid by 10 major oil companies, one being Valero.
I've guessed at Valero quite a few times.
Cool, yeah. Keep it up, yeah.
They do happen to have the best prices, I have to tell you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, yeah. But, I mean, I try to get my hand in everything. I'm 25. I'm a young kid, who I'm very kind of think above a lot of people, and I'm just trying to, I don't know, I just do what I enjoy. I make rap music as well. Can I tell them my website?
Sure.
I got a website. Yeah, it's TyreeSneed.com. That's TYREESNEED.com. You'll hear about me eventually. I'm putting my hand in everything. I'm doing internet radio now too to start. Trying to look for a sponsor or something. I got another guy who's saying I might, try to take over one of his shows if he leaves. But basically, just entrepreneur, always hustling, and I come from a, pretty street background, so got arrested in Atlanta, Georgia on the most notorious drug street, been in and out 4 times. But I guess I would just say I'm a normal guy who tries to learn from experience, and I like to learn. I like to learn anything.
Well, Tyrese, let me just tell you that right now at 25, the world is your oyster. Okay? I mean,
appreciate that.
You can do whatever you want to do. Okay? You're still young enough and you have plenty of time. If you make a mistake, so you learn from your mistake. That's how we all learn.
Right.
I'm old enough to be your grandfather. Okay?
You probably are.
I got you.
That's true too. Let's put it this way. When you talk about your Aunt Carly Fiorina, to me she's a mighty fine looking woman, and she's younger than me. Okay? So,
yeah,
no offense meant to that. I'm just saying. One guy to another. But...
No, yeah, I don't mind it at all. Yeah, I mean, I want to clarify again. I don't have, because people keep trying to paint it. You know what I mean? Like on this online shit, like I have something against her. I mean, I love everybody. I don't have anything against her. It's always been that she's had something against me, and it seems like that's been the way it is with a lot of people with me. Is they all have something against me, but know nothing about me. Don't spend any time with me, and don't. You kind of get what I'm saying? Then they like to reverse roles and go, oh, well, he has a problem with me. No, I just say the truth about everybody. The truth. My thing is there's only one truth, and the Illuminati want everyone to think that fact is not worth what it is anymore, and that you can actually win a case now by saying a fact. What is a fact? Well, a fact is a fact. It'll always be. My slogan is 2 + 2 = 4. It'll never equal 5, as much as they'd like it to equal 5, and that's our biggest weapon right now.
You had mentioned about how she and her husband earn their money by laying off people and everything. Well, I mean, how do you think Mitt Romney made his money? Mitt Romney.
I agree.
Romney and Bain Capital would come in and buy out a company, and they would make changes to it and then turn it around and sell it, and if you lost your job, well, so be it. That's the American way.
Right. I got you. Yeah, I mean, my main question with her and a lot of these people is, and maybe you could try to answer it for me, how did you get to where you're supposedly at? Because I notice it's a big thing about, oh, I'm in this position, but you didn't put yourself in that position. If you break down, like, do you know Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine, they just got sued for headphone fraud, I believe. I know 50 Cent did and lost $17 million. And you know what these people do? 50 Cent got sued by, I think it's Sleek Audio. The names are real similar because he stole the ideas from the company, the real company, and tried to give them to someone else. He was caught as being part of a conspiracy, which any normal person would get fed time for this.